Okay, today we're going to learn the halachas about the sheitel, a woman wearing a sheitel. Yesterday was in the community was circulating a video of somebody that criticized, not only criticized people wearing a sheitel, he spoke very, very disrespectful words about them. I don't want to even repeat what he says. So there's like this. It's nothing new that we have many opinions on halacha. But the problem is when you start bashing the other side, they are all kind of names. That's wrong. We have everybody following his Rav, his Poisek, his Minhag, and it's as long as people have a support from Shulchan Aruch, from their poskim, it's perfectly okay. But why are you bashing the other side? Anyway, so I'm going to start with the Shulchan Aruch. It says in Ein He, in Rechaim, it says like this: Seir shel isha shedarko lechasoi soi. Also, likras connected. One talks about over here when you're not allowed to say krishma or tefillah or learning connected erva. That's one of them. It's a hair of a woman. Afilu, even it's his wife. Yeah, but it says it's only aval besules shdarkan lelech peruas arosh mutar. It's only for a married woman we have that they have to cover the hair. Now, then the Ramo comes and says like this: Vu adin asara shel noshim shirgidim lotzas. Mechutz letzmosan. If a woman covers the hair, we're talking about now, she covers, let's say, with a tichel, with the hair covering, and that some of it comes out a little bit. He says, Al Pi Halach, it says, he quotes the Bes Yosef B'Shem HaRashbro, you would be allowed to do that. He says like this. And yeah, there's details to it that Al Pi Zohar, the very machmir, nothing should be seen at all. But Al Pi Halach, that's what from the Rashba, that if something sticking out, you're allowed to say Krishna over there for that little that's sticking out of the tichel. And then he says the Rama v'chol sheken ser nochris. How much more if you're allowed to say Krishna when the hair is covered and something sticking out? How much more ser nochris, that the sheitel nochris meaning from not your hair, afilu darka lechasas, and even the some people they have a sheitel, then the cover on the sheitel. If this woman right now doesn't have that cover, that is not erba. Okay, so that's what the Ramo says. So you see already, heter the Ramo says that peya nochris, it's not erba, it's a good cover. And the Mishnah Berurah says, ser nochris, kore nochris la ser shenechtach v'ena dovag levsora. There's machlokes aposkim. What's a sheitel? If it's your own hair that was cut and then made sheitel out of it? So the many poskim said that the Mishnah Berurah brings. That's what the Alter Rebbe brings. The ser nochris, even nochris means it's foreign or strange, meaning it's not your own. Meaning it's you cut it first, then even you put it back. The same hair is called ser nochris. It's not anymore connected originally to your body the way it was originally. V'svirele, that's the Ramos holds the alzeh lo'omru chazal ser b'isha erva. That's not erva. As after you already cut the hair, how much more if it's ser nochres from isha acheres, you're putting a sheitel on. That's not the gamuta legaloisa. And that's also the lashon of the Ed and the Ramo, the Alter Rebbe and the Mishnah Berurah. Not only it's not erva, but the eved only you could say krishma if it was open lechatchila a woman mutar legaloisa v'ema mishum priyas roish. That's not called priyas roish, discovering, revealing your hair. Then he brings on a shita. That's the shita of the Be'er Sheva, that the many poskim follow this, and many communities among the Polish and the Garish and Sephardic community follow this, that it's not enough to have a sheitel, you have to have another cover on the sheitel, or bechal another cover, tichel. Yesh chokim omrim da'ava pe'ah nochris she'ach ser b'isha erva, v'istu priyas roish. Then he brings the kosav pri megodim. The medinas sheyotzim anoshim pe'ah nochris megula. He brings the Prima Godim, the countries, and like our community over here, the people going with the sheitel, without covering on the sheitel. He held that the Shulchan Aruch and the Ramo, they're not choilek on it. Just the Shulchan Aruch didn't bring it clearly. It says, yes, according to the Prima Godim, the Shulchan Aruch and the Ramo. Okay, now we have the Prima Godim and the Mishnah Berurah and the Alter Rebbe, And the levush, they're all saying the same thing. It's not ervo at all. Lechatchila, you could go with the sheitel. Umashma mineh. Shom, da afilu ser shel atzma shenechtach. Laka chibro l'rosh gam ken esh l'hokel. Again, I said that prat, there's some choylek on this. It's from the Prima Godim Mashma. Even in her own hair, she cut it. Then somebody made a sheitel out of it from her own hair. It's also not erva. It's not connected like it was connected originally. Then he brings over here בספר מוגן גיבוירים, יחמיר בזה, עיין שם, וכוס עבוד שם, דאים אין מנהג המוקם, שכון לא של פן נוכריס, ובעד הדין מחמירים בזה משום מריס העין. If you live in a place that take a machmir to have either a tichel on top of the sheitel, that's you should do the minhag hamokim. Akaponim, we see something clear over here that the Ramo, according to Prima Godim, the Shulchan Aruch, the Prima Godim, the Mishnah Berurah, the Alter Rebbe, the Levush, and many more. And I'll get it here now more. Some people are going to say the Sfardim all very machmir, especially today. So I'm going to read you from Kaf HaChaim, which was a Sfardi. You're going to see it's not so. Here's the Kaf HaChaim in the same Siman Ayin Hey Ois Yutes. So here's V'chen kosav b'shiltei giborim. Everybody relying on the shiltei giborim on the reef. He was the one that's very, very clear. That's mutar. He says the mutar lechatchila. Kedisa the Mishnah Perek vav the Shabbos. Yetz isha b'chutei ser. The loke Be'er Sheva. Siman Chai shechol lekol. V'erich b'dov. The Sefer Be'er Sheva is machmir. That's what the machmirim following Be'er Sheva and other poskim that are machmir. And he said like this. V'chen hu askamas acharonim lehotir kedivrei haramozal. The Kaf HaChaim brings the askamas acharonim again. So Sfardim, which you want to be machmir gesundheit, I'm not against to do whatever you're doing in your community, but to call names, and also according to the Kaf HaChaim, even according to the Sfardim, the halacha kedivrei hamatirim. And I'm going to tell you a lot stronger than that. The reason I think Sfardim is Sfardim because the rabbi that's criticized and said all kind of bad words about the woman. By the way, the woman, the Noshim Tzadkaniyas, that's the Lashon Gemara and Erchin, the Shiltei Gemara quotes this too. He called the woman that go with the sheitel Noshim Tzadkaniyas. So the Noshim Tzadkaniyas, to say such a word, unbelievable. I don't know how people could be so fanatic. So here's the Lashon of the Ben Ish Chai. Okay, the Ben Ish Chai said like this. Ubesifri Akotel Makapziel, the Ben Ish Chai had many svarim. One of them is Makapziel He'elesi, the Hanoshim Be'ore Eroipa. He says the European woman should darken lelech tumet pru eroish. There was like this, not today, Baruch Hashem. There was, if you see in the Sforim, Baruch HaShulchan, and other, there was a big pirze, a lot of from women even didn't go with the cover on the hair in Europe. So he says, if over there they're accustomed to go with no cover on the hair whatsoever, with the original hair, muter likres kenegdan. You're allowed to say Krishma kenegdan. He's not the only one saying that, by the way. Again, we're talking about if in a community, that's how it was. Today, Baruch Hashem, like I said, in the frum communities, you don't have this kimat. In some modern communities, you might have it, but talking about, we're going by how it's most the community goes. The kev and the chol anoshim darkon bekach says mimele, it's not called erva. Oh, now he brings the other way around. That's another chumrah by the European woman versus the Sephardic woman. The deva chumrah. What? Mishum says sham be'arepa darkam shel noshim nilbash an peloes tomid v'en yirafilu koldu mikapas raglem. They have socks or whatever they put on their legs. There's nothing you could see from their legs. It's all covered. In Sephardim, there was the other way around. In the hot countries of the Sephardim, a lot of times they had a good cover of a long skirt, but a lot of times they didn't have nothing on their feet, and you could see the feet over there. So by the Sephardim, by them, it was okay to walk like this, because that's what's their meaning. If she's going to go, a Sephardic woman, that, again, we're talking about the old, today, you don't have anybody in the Sephardic countries, in Morocco, in Egypt, in Bavel, but originally, in his time, there was a big community in Bavel. If she would go, somebody from Baghdad, travel to Europe, she had to cover her feet. So again, it shows you over here, the minhag. Take this now, Bekal v'choymer. If the Ben Ish Chai was matter the minhag hamokim, there would be no cover on the hair whatsoever. How much more he would matter if you go to a community, they have sheitel, he would tell it perfectly kosher. So they come with such a fanatic chumrah. Gesundheit, again, if you want to machmir to yourself, I'm not calling them fanatic for the chumrah. I'm calling them fanatic because they're calling names the woman that used the heter of sheitel, yeah?
Isn't the issue with the sheitel? It's not the erba issue. It's hear her. It's like the woman makes herself. Isn't that what the makor of the?
Okay, so A is like this. Same story. What he said. Kevin the darkon bekach. Very good. That's exactly the logic. Kevin the darkon bekach. There's no hero. The basulos, they're going without cover on the hair. So there's no hero. That's how they go over here. There's no hero. I'll give you furthermore. Here is the lotion of Shevet Halevi of Wozner. He was among the machmirim, by the way. From those communities, they had the chumrah to put on top of the sheitel another cover. That's his lotion. I mean, if Rav Wozner speaks to the recheretz to the other, how ובעצם המנהג של היום שהאנשים שלנו יוצאים בפה הנוכריס, חלילה לתקוע עצמי בזה. It says, sometimes, a lot of times, the Askonim trying to get the Rabbonim to get involved in such a sticky. He says, חלילה, I'm not getting involved in this. He says, the kvar yedua, the Roev Ruben shel Poskim, and not am noicha b'zeh. He held that the most of the Poskim holding like the Be'er Sheva. Again, that's there are some very strong on this halacha with among Sfardim, among Hungarian Poskim. But he says, "Ve'eshmem she'ostru zeh das din Yudis mamash." In their community, they have to have another cover on the sheitel. He says. Anyway, he goes by it, and I'm going to say like this. ויש מקלים הזה, וכן נהגו מדינה שלמס ודכולם, אפילו לא צריך לשוש הרבים כאשר הידו נפרים מגודים. וכבר מדוירס רוצו לשן הזה ולא also ביודם רק בחלקוי, אבל עדיין מדינה שלמס יחזיקו בזה, על כן אין לנו כוח ההכרעה בזה. Even the big place like Rav Wozner, he said, it's my community doing one way or something else. Okay, everybody does with community. So to go and bash somebody that is following poskim, Ramo is a big poskim, Levush is a big prima godin, Mr. Brura, Alter Rebbe. What do you mean? So Mele, when you call this woman all these names, you're calling name to the Ramo, to the Levush, to the Mogen Avram, to all this, you're calling their name. What do you mean? They're not your friends, they're poskim. They're matiret. Okay, you're going with the chumrah, go with the chumrah. Furthermore, I'm going to finish with this. The Rebbe has many letters that Adarabah, there is a mile to the sheitel over those which is going with the tichel. He says by the tichel, a lot of times there is a peer pressure, social pressure, and the tichel start moving a little bit, you megala a little bit, then sometimes it moves completely away, and Pe'ah Nochris, you never see somebody taking a Pe'ah Nochris in the middle of a chasana and covering her head. That's fully covered, that's Mo'ot Sanua, since it's so supposed to be Meile. Again, I'm not telling what people want to do. They should do what they're being argument, but to go criticize someone else because you hold the way you hold, that's Lahayav Nivra, that's Darka Shel Torah. We have poskim, people follow their poskim. So it's perfectly kosher, 110% for those communities which is go with the Pe'ah Nochris and Chalila V'chas to criticize each other for this. Everybody following his posik. Okay.